Good morning, I Anthony Mitchell here. Alright, so now we're going to go into chapter 6, Ships at Sea, Napkin Presentation number 5. We'll late start today. Gotta take the girlfriend to work today because she got a car right there today. Fun times. Alright, so anyway, chapter 6. You have now been in your business for about a week, 2 weeks, a month, or whatever length of time it takes you to decide to get serious and get growing. By the time you have sponsored by this time you have sponsored a number of people. The next napkin presentation is one that is fun to do with a group of people, more so than in a one-to-one situation. Almost everyone has heard the phrase, when my ship comes in. I'm reminded of the pessimist who flippantly quips, with my luck, when my ship comes in, I'll be at the bus station or the airport. In network marketing, you really can have your ship come in. Better still, if you learn and apply these napkin presentations, you can be there at the quail when it docks. I sometimes ask people if they have a long lost relative who is going to die and leave them a lot of money. You can guess the answer. The fact is, most people really don't have much of a chance of their ship coming in. However, in network marketing, they can. This is one of the reasons why I'm excited about network marketing. When you're out talking to people, you can give them hope. Hope that they don't have to spend the next 30 to 40 years working for a company just so they can draw a pension and retire on a third of the income that was not sufficient when they were working. Oh yeah, the pensions are a thing of the past. They're going bye-bye. Anyways, did you ever notice how people work 30 or 40 years so they can retire and see the world, and suddenly they are trying to live on half their income? Network marketing really does give people the opportunity to see their dreams come true, and they don't have to wait or work 30 or 40 years for that to happen. In network marketing, you can create a 4-year career. Most people are fearful about trying to start building a business of their own. Network marketing gives them an opportunity without disturbing their present means of support to get involved and try it out. What we will show you now is how you can have your ship come in. This would represent you reaching the top of whatever network marketing organization you happen to be involved with. When your ship arrives, you are going to cash in on whatever cargo it is carrying. I'll show you the napkins. Alright, check it out. That's your ships coming in. There's the shoreline. That's empty ships, silver ships, gold ships. And we'll go into details about this in a second. Alright, the 3 ships. What we do when showing this analogy to someone is draw 3 ships at sea. Off to the side or at the bottom of your napkin, you draw the shore. That's where you are waiting for your ship to come in. Label the first ship gold, the second ship silver, and the third ship empty for empty. The ships represent the people in your organization. Whether or not you sponsor them directly, they may be at any level down the sponsorship line. Knowing that you are going to cash in on the cargo when your ship comes in, which of the ships are you going to focus on to help them reach the shore? The gold ship, you say. Of course. So why is it that most people seem to want to work with the empty ship? Because most people have never been involved in anything like this before. The parallel is this. The gold ships are the self-starter types. They sponsored and left on their own, thinking they don't need any help or direction. They're just going to run with it and really go. Maybe they will, but probably they won't. Not without the success keys of building in depth rather than width. The empty ships are the ones that have been in the business several months, and you still have to convince them every time you see them that the program will work. They tend to be somewhat negative and easily discouraged. Most people will work with the empty ships until they see this presentation. When they understand it, they will start working with the gold ships, turning silver to gold. When you sponsor someone into the business, they come in as silver ships. It's basically determined by how you work with them, whether their cargo turns to gold or they become empty. When we are talking about your 5 serious people in the first presentation, we are talking about 5 gold ships. Simply put, the more silver ships you have that turn to gold, the less you have to sponsor to get your 5 serious people. Here's how you can identify a gold ship. or serious person. First, they're eager to learn. They call you all the time with many questions they want answered. Second, they ask for help. They have someone they want you to see with them to sponsor or train. Third, they are excited about the business. They understand enough about the program to know it will work, and it excites them. Fourth, they are making a commitment. They are buying and using the products or company services, and they are spreading or spending their spare time learning all they can about the products and the business opportunity. Fifth, they have goals. Goals help to drive a person to get what they really want. It is important to write your goals down. People with written goals have been shown to achieve higher results than those without. Sixth, they have a list of names. That list will be written down. The reason for having it written down is simple. You can add to it at any time and you won't forget the names later. You may be driving in an area that you haven't been in for a while. Just being there will usually jog your memory of someone who lives or used to live in that neighborhood. If you always have your list of names with you, you can immediately add someone's name to your list. A few days later, when you are thinking about calling someone, you can scan down your list and lo and behold, there's that name. If you hadn't written it down when you thought of it, you may have never thought of them again. Seventh, they are fun to be with. They look forward to when you're coming for a visit, whether it's for business or pleasure. And finally, they are positive. We all like to be around positive thinking people. It's contagious. Basically, the only difference between a silver ship and a gold one is that the silver ships hasn't been in the business long enough to understand it to the point of really getting serious about it. 3 critical words. I want you to be aware of 3 important words. If you understand these 3 words, you would understand what makes all network marketing programs work. These words are expose, involve, and upgrade. So the first thing you have to do is to expose the person to the business you're in. Once you have exposed it to them, get them involved. Once they're involved, they will be thinking about how far they can go in the program and will be upgrading constantly. Expose them to network marketing by explaining the various methods retail, direct sales, network marketing, mail order of moving products and show them the 2 times 2 times 2 or 2 times 2 is 4 napkin presentation number 1. That's chapter 1 of this book. Get them involved. Take them on a trip to a desirable destination by napkin presentation number 3, which is chapter 4. Upgrading will be a natural for them once they understand and utilize all 10 of the napkin presentations and set their sights on the top. Weighing people's reactions. It is very important when you phone or visit your people that they realize you are calling because you want to help them and do not think you are pushing them. Referring back to empty ship type of people, when you call them because you want to help them, you get the feeling that they weren't exactly thrilled about you calling. This is a very good indication that they feel you are being pushy and bugging them. When you call empty ships, they think you are pressuring them. On the other hand, when you call a gold ship, they just figure that you are calling because you want to help, and you will pick that up in the tone of their conversation. Empty ships don't have goals. They don't have a list of names. They're definitely not serious, and on top of all that, they're usually a little bit negative. They are the ones you must keep proving things to all the time. Realize that when the empty ship sinks, it will either go down alone, or in the event that you work with empty ships rather than gold, it will drag you down with it. That is why we try to train our people to stay away from the empty ships and work with the gold ships, or with the silvers to help them become gold ships. Spend most of your time working with the gold ships to develop their own organizations down through the levels. Suddenly, one day, the empties who haven't sunk drop from the program, and the silver who haven't converted to gold yet will see you moving ahead without them, and they just might call you instead. If a person's attitude about the business is on the way down, trying to stop it en route is next to impossible. You almost have to let it hit bottom. Then when they are ready and they call you and you say they want, or they say They call you and say they want to get together and get going and start growing. You can bring them up very quickly. But if you run the risk of trying to bring them up while they're still on the way down, working with a sinking ship, an empty one of that, they very likely could drag you down with them. Don't talk sales. This model makes for an enjoyable way of communicating with your distributors. When you get together, you can ask them how they are doing with their ships, how many golds, how many silvers, etc. Here's a very important point. Never call up a new distributor and ask him how much he sold last week. If you do, you have totally invalidated everything you told him because you told him right up front that he didn't have to go out and sell. Your distributors are just going to share with their friends, sponsor, and build an organization. If you ask them what they've sold, their first reaction will be to think that you are only interested in knowing how much money you are going to make for them from them, and they are probably thinking correctly. The money will come automatically if you seek first to help your people succeed. Zig Ziglar put it this way: you can have anything in the world that you want simply by helping enough other people to get what they want. Right? So we're gonna communication, advice, and encouragement. When you want to talk to someone in your organization who you sponsor directly, whenever possible, call someone down the line from them and chat with them a little to see if there's anyone you can help them to meet with or talk to. Afterwards, you can call the first little person you originally wanted to talk to, and the first thing you let them know is that you were just talking with one of their distributors who is excited and who you are going to get together with. Display to your people that when you call, you are calling to help them, not to check up on them. Checking up on their people is the direct sales company sales manager's job, not yours. We are not in direct sales. We are in network marketing. By now, you should be aware of the difference. To wrap up this presentation, we point out that you, the reader, are not an empty ship. If you were, you probably wouldn't be reading this book. If you feel you were an empty ship before you begin to read this book, by the time you get this far, you're probably a gold or at least a silver and well on your way to becoming a gold ship. Keep it up. Alright, that concludes chapter 6, napkin presentation number 5. And like I said earlier, pensions are a thing of the past. So if you plan on working 30 or 40 years in your career field and retiring to enjoy life, good luck with that. Living off Social Security is not enjoying life. When you have enough passive residual income coming in, whether you work or not, that is enjoying life. You can control your time and control your what you do. Completely honesty, I don't own my life yet. I'm about 9% there, and I got a little bit of debt left to pay off, which I got all that up on an automatic system, so that'll be paid off without me having to think about it. And I just got to keep growing my passive income. My residual income from my online shopping club comes in monthly, whether I work or not. And then the network marketing company paid me weekly commissions whenever I sponsor someone new, plus the residual aspect. So like I said, y'all, if you're not involved with network marketing, you're missing the mark. Subscribe to my channel. And if you want to learn more, or you want to get a copy of the book, the links are in the description for the ebook or the latest version of the actual hard copy book. Or you can visit the Own Your Life website and request more information and get the first 4 chapters. If you want to get started in the network marketing, let me know. I can get y'all on the path to Own Your Life. Then I'll send you a book. That'll be great. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment, share this with someone who doesn't own their lives but you think they would like to. Y'all be great.